Good morning, viewers, and welcome once again. My name is Ivana Lianda, a young journalist trained and sponsored by World Vision, and I would like to welcome you to this program, which is an interview segment that I will be hosting a very special guest who's going to be introducing himself later on. As we know that today is the International Children's Day of Broadcasting that is held every first Sunday of March, and today is another day that children are going to be airing out their views on issues that affect them and what they want to be done on this day. And in this interview, the person I'm going to be interviewing is going to be helping us discuss how children can improve in their business skills, and also how they can manage to improve in their journalism skills. As we know that in the past week, we had a training that we were training young journalists from different schools in Mazabuka and in Monze. So right about now, I will ask my special guest to introduce himself.
Well, thank you very much. My name's Mianda Kingsley. I am the president for Zambia Red Cross Society. I am a businessman by profession. I'm also a journalist in one way or the other. I joined media in the year back 2001. That's when I started working as a producer at a radio station here in Mazabuka. And then I climbed the ranks. Today I'm here with you to share, ideas on how we can motivate the young ones to be the good journalists, to be the good businessmen, to be the good people in this country. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Can you kindly tell me, you said you're the president for the Red Cross. Can you kindly tell me what is Red Cross?
Yeah, Red Cross is a humanitarian network, which is an international organization. It was founded in 1863 in Switzerland by the man called Henry Dunant. This old man was a businessman as well, like myself. He was doing a lot of businesses. This time around he was coming from, because he had businesses in Algeria, here in Africa. He had some businesses in France. So this time around, when he discovered this Red Cross Society, he was coming from his businesses. As he was walking, he discovered a man who was bleeding terribly, and he had no one to help. Then he was too sympathetic on that person. He thought of rendering a help, and then he said, no, when people are fighting, there should be someone who will be helping, the casualties. And like the way it is now, by that time, when two people are fighting or the countries are fighting, they are using guns. Then they are known to take care of these casualties. So people were dying because of losing too much blood. Then this man wanted this organization to be, recognized worldwide. And here in Zambia, it was established by the Constitution, by the Act of the Parliament, Cap 307, where the sitting president, at any given time, he is a patron of this organization or society. So that is what we call Red Cross.
So as Red Cross, what are some of the programs that you do?
There are a lot of programs that are done by Red Cross. In other countries, you find that where there is a shortage of blood, Red Cross will spearhead. People are coming, they donate blood, they take to the hospital, and when they reach there, they don't sell that blood. They have to give it for free. because the mandate or the major objective of Red Cross is to save the human life. So like here in Zambia, in Mazabuka, to trickle it down to our area of jurisdiction, you'll find that we as Red Cross, we are busy recruiting, bringing people on board. We are also helping people in rural areas where water is a challenge. We are rehabilitating some boreholes. We are also sensitizing the community against the COVID-19. Last time we were talking about the 5 golden rules, to say you need to mask up, you need to wash your hands, you need to make sure that there is social distance, seek for health attention whenever you feel like. But these are gone now. We are talking about them, yes, but the goalpost has changed. This time around we are talking about the vaccination. Some people have, the bad feeling whenever they hear about vaccination. They will tell you to say no. That is a mark of the beast. Some people have been saying that. But for me, I'm calling it that is a suicidal decision. You cannot run away from the vaccine. Let people get the vaccine, because that is one way of fighting this pandemic. It is helping you, it is helping your neighbor and your family member. The government is wasting a lot of monies buying these vaccines. That's why at one point, I remember Zambia, when it was unable to buy these vaccines, other countries had to come on board to donate. Now you can see the effort that other people are making on our behalf. When it is on the table, then us, we are shunning, we say, no, me, I just want the vaccination card. I don't want to be vaccinated. So that is a suicidal decision. People should get the vaccine.
Okay, since there we were talking about the vaccine, there are some rumors that when you get the jab and you put a coin on your shoulder, like the coin will hold, or maybe a bulb, when you put a bulb, how true is that?
I've never tried it myself, more especially for the issues of bulbs, but I've tried to put a phone or any metallic thing on where I was vaccinated, where I was injected, but it doesn't hold. Like, I tried the other side, I think the feeling was just the same. So for me, those are just rumors. They're just myths, trying to defend whatever you think today. You want to convince others also to think the same way. To say, no, this is a bad job, we shouldn't do it. Then how are we going to convince the next person not also to be vaccinated? Those are the mechanisms that people are playing around. More especially, we should be very careful with the coming of social media, because they are able to do anything, So to me, that is not true.
Then you also mentioned that you help in rehabilitating hand pumps. In what way can people contact you, like if they need their hand pump to be rehabilitated? And is there a criteria that you use to identify that there is a problem here that you need to go and work on?
Yes, that is a very brilliant question. We don't just do things on our own. As for Red Cross to exist, there's what we call tripartite partnership, where the government plays its role. Then we have this donor funding who are coming to our aid whenever we request for help, and us, we work together. So how do we identify to say this borehole needs rehabilitation? We work together with the council officers. They have the expertise who can go on the ground and do the assessment. Then finally they will recommend to say this borehole needs to be rehabilitated, this one no, this one yes. And also they look at the challenges people are facing in the community. Sometimes you find that boreholes are too close to each other. So instead of rehabilitating 10 boreholes within the same area, you may say, no, here we are going to rehabilitate 2, then you shift to another area. So that is how we identify. and we have people on the ground. In Mazabuka district, the issue of vaccination that I was talking about, we have offloaded about 50 volunteers who are going around in the communities. So they talk to people. So it is not the issue of just guessing to say here there's a hand pump, there we go there. No, we have people on the ground. Yes.
Then what does the money come from that you use to do these things? Do you have funders, or is it funded by the government? What happens?
It is a twofold thing. Some activities that are funded by the government, normally they go direct to the recipient. But for us, we get monies from the donors. When we have a challenge, when we do the assessment, then we discover that we need to help these communities on this area, then we have to submit our reports to our national headquarters office. Then there they will also request or submit to the donors who normally come on board and help. Whenever they see that this is a challenge, it needs attention, they will come on board and say, okay, Mazabuka people, we are coming, we'll help you on your request. 3-4 months ago, we had a program that we were running to do with cholera vaccine, where we needed to recruit about 180 volunteers on the ground, that we managed by using other volunteers from the Ministry of Health to make sure that the district, in the entire district, from we share borders with Kafue, we also share borders the other end with Monze. So we made sure that all this area is covered. So that's how we work, and that's where we get our funding. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. And you've been talking about you working in Mazabuka a lot. Does this mean Red Cross is only in Mazabuka, or is it in other provinces too?
Yeah, Red Cross is everywhere. Red Cross is not only in Mazabuka, Red Cross is not only in Monze, not only in Zambia, but Red Cross is everywhere. Like here in Zambia, we have structures. We have branch presidents that we call BPs. Each and every district has a president. Each and every province has a PP, a provincial president. Like here in Southern Province, we have David Mukelabai as our provincial president. In Monze, we have Madame, the name has gone, as a president, is a she. Yes, we have presidents in all the district. On that, here in Mazabuka, we are sharing borders the other end with Chikankata. We don't have a president there, but we are yet to put one. The way we work, we as Red Cross, in an area where you don't have a branch, the next branch takes over. So we don't follow the traditional boundaries. We don't follow the political boundaries, neither the geographical boundaries. We have our own boundaries. Yes.
Some specific qualifications, or is there an age range for one to join?
The only trick qualification one to join is determination. Because Red Cross, is everywhere. It's a universal thing. It doesn't segregate to say, since you are coming from Zimbabwe, you are Madanyika, you cannot join Red Cross, Zambian Red Cross. No. Red Cross is for everyone. It doesn't also choose to say this one is a young person, cannot join Red Cross unless when you are 18 years or 15 years or 12 years. No. We have junior links. They also join Red Cross. We go in schools, train them, make sure that we teach them the good morals, so that we build Zambia, we grow up the next generation. When they grow up, they should also know and take on. I said this movement was founded in 1863. Do you think we still have people who are living now who were born those times? No, they are all gone. But we are here now pushing, making sure that the movement is going on. So even after us, we need someone to come on and take it over. Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So probably we can even have, since we know that with like young journalists who've been trained, we can even encourage those to join the movement, right?
Yes, yes.
So if you're just joining us, we've got the president of the Red Cross who's helping us discuss and learning more about the Red Cross, and today is the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. Later on he's going to be helping us discuss the theme, because the theme for today is ending violence against children through the media. So we're going to discuss on how exactly the media can help in ending violence against children. This has been a fight that has been ongoing since a long time. It has started a long time. We've been trying to end violence against children. There have been campaigns that have been launched and different programs, and now we're taking it to the media. Like as I earlier mentioned, we've trained young journalists who are helping in this fight. So later on, me and I are going to be discussing about how exactly the media can help in ending violence against children. And right now, we're going to talk about your business life. You said you're also a businessman.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of business do you do?
I do a lot of businesses. I do a real estate business. I do a laundry business. I am also a farmer. I keep chickens. This year, I've just peeped somewhere. I've seen an opportunity where I can make money. I've started another project to do with guinea fowls, where I'm hoping to raise about 1,000 guineas, so that by next year I'll be one of the suppliers of the guinea fowls in the district, if not in the province at large. So those are types of businesses that I do.
So how did you start this business? How and when did you start?
I started business way back. I don't even remember when, because I was born with a business mind. I was brought up in the village where we were walking a distance, to go to school. We were walking barefooted, and that time we were using these small cameras to get pictures. Take them. They give you maybe 3, 4, 5 days. You go and get the photos, then you start distributing. I was doing that when I was still at primary level, so I could make money, and I did not know that it was business. For me, I thought it was just the way of living. Like you get, if it is a 2 kwacha, you buy sweets, you play around. Then I could not forget to buy the film and also the monies for processing. So I started business when I was still young, and I grew up with that mentality of business. Even when I wanted to go to college, I said, no, I cannot go and start journalism. Instead, let me just go and start business. And I went there. I did business administration in entrepreneurship and innovation, and it is helping me a lot, because now, as we are talking today, those people that I was growing up with, some they are even wondering where I got the monies, that I've injected in these businesses that I'm running today, because we have moved some inches ahead. But all in all, it is determination and focus that has brought me where I am today. Yes.
Okay, so you talked about farming. You only do livestock farming.
I only do livestock farming. I haven't yet gone into planting crops. Okay,
and you also mentioned laundry.
Yes.
How did you start that? Because I'm sure it's one of the hardest, and you really need to have at least enough customers for you to start.
Yes, and actually I started small, and that is one of my first businesses that I started, like, to put it in an official setup, for lack of a better word, because I started was it in 2008 if not 2001, should be 2003 when I started that business. I could go around in the compound asking for those people who puts on jackets, telling them to say, me, I know how to iron, I know how to wash, I can clean them for you, so give me a piece of work. And people could give. That time we were charging, should be 2 kwacha if I'm not mistaken. It was a small amount. And people could give me jackets, and some could pay in advance, some could pay when you bring them. Then I could go and buy the washing paste, I wash them, dry them using the wire line. Then by the use of the same charcoal iron, I could iron them nicely. Then the following morning I deliver. So you find that by so doing, a number of people, because I was the cheapest, I had nothing to lose. I had that experience, yes, but I was not spending much. So
it was easy because there were no expenditures.
There was no, exactly, absolutely. So it was very, very cheap, and it was affordable to everyone. So people could give me, at times I could sleep maybe around 01. The whole night I'm ironing, I'm busy. Then the following morning again, I woke up, I make sure that I deliver. Then I remember when I wanted to make it big, I told my young brother, I said, I think we need to find a shop where we can rent, so that when we do this, then we take them there, and then people will be coming and correct. So, my mother was like, where are you going to find the monies for rentals? I said, I think now I'm making money. And she could doubt. Then by God's grace, I managed to find one shop in Nakambala. I started renting. It was at 50 kwacha at that time, before even they rebased the monies. Then I started paying rentals. And people started coming, because there were a few laundries in town. Just because we had the 3 things. We were very cheap, we knew what we were doing, we could provide a quality job, and another on the other hand, we were delivering. So we named our laundry Triple Advantage Laundry. If you are to bring clothes to us, then you enjoy these 3 advantages. So people started coming, and we grew up, we started even recruiting people. At one point, and we could not even finish, the space was too small for us. So we started growing. So you can see that we started from the scratch. No one gave us capital to say, no, here's money, start business. So you need to be innovative as a child. You need to be creative. The only thing that I can emphasize on is when you are doing business, you should be transparent, you should be honest, and you should be focused. Because, if you are not honest, chances of you, young generation which is watching us out there.
Okay, so let's talk about your profession as a journalist. At your station, do you have any provision for children to be able to air out their views, or rather to present on radio, except for Icdb, which is today when they are supposed to present? Do you have any other day in the year, or rather in the month, that you put in place for children to broadcast?
Yes, it's, I'm answering this question as if I'm doubting, because we had that platform, and it had closed up at one point because we had no pupils to host. But again, we have revived the program. It is coming on board, courtesy of our World Vision, where pupils will be debating. Yes, so school getting this platform,
of which we know it's radio and television, also some part of social media. What do you think? Do you think through the media we can end violence against children? I mean, it's a fight that has been there for quite some time. it has been something that has been hard to change. Do you think through the media it's going to be easier to influence this change?
Yes. Media is playing a critical role in changing the mindset of an individual. Because, long ago, if you are to listen to the stories that elders will give, they will tell you to say, during our days, there was people were not committing suicide. During our days, there was nothing like what you are doing now. The bottom line is that those days, the communication was too slow. If something happens in the other end, it will take time for them who are in the other end to hear. But this time around, things have changed. Whatever is happening in Livingstone, or now we are watching the war which is in Ukraine. Whatever happens in Ukraine today, we are able to see it in Zambia today. So, even the ending violence, people will hear, because what they don't know is what does the law say about this violence they are committing. Them they think, no, this one is my child, I can do anything. I can beat her. If we start talking on radios, telling people what the rights of a child is or are, then you will find that at the end of the day we all
at least if we can have, since the media is actually the fourth estate, so it has a lot of influence, because if you notice, almost every day someone is listening to the radio, someone is watching TV. So if we can have like provision for people, or rather children, to talk about these issues every day, or maybe not say every day, but at least maybe once or twice in a week, I'm sure even the mindset of people can change. Because like they say, like if you keep on seeing something, it influences you in a way. So like I'm thinking be possible if we work hand in hand with media houses like televisions and radio stations, because those so as we are concluding, I want to ask, like, how do you manage, because you've got, and you're a business person, how do you manage to maneuver through this week?
This world we are living in today is a harsh world. It needs someone who is a multi-purpose. If you stick yourself in one thing, you may fall in a trap one day, because whatever you do today has an impact on you tomorrow. So for me, like the three things that I do, put them together, they share same ethics. When you are serious in business, you shouldn't be, a partisan. Because if you are selling to PF, then the UPND won't buy from you. In media, when two parties are fighting, you cannot say, no, we will save these. We are Zambians, it's the power. First we train them to give them knowledge, to give them the information of humanitarian, to give them the strength of volunteerism. Once they are trained in that aspect, then they are empowered. Because accidents happen in anywhere. More especially children, they are vulnerable to accidents. Even where they play around, they hurt themselves. But if they have the first aid information knowledge, then they will know how to protect their friends, they will know how to protect themselves. So they should join, work together, and their next generation to come. They are calling that you are aging, my brother, take these precautions. Yes.
Yeah, and what about those children who are out there and are interested in business, doing business, or rather are doing it? What advice can you give them?
Business is for everyone. Parents should know that talents can only be discovered if you tolerate some of these small issues to our children. Because if you sit on any program that a child comes up with, then it will be difficult for that child to thrive in life. So we need to make sure that we help them, we help our children, we teach them the manners of doing business. Business, as I alluded to, it needs someone who is focused. Business, it needs someone who is transparent. Business, it needs someone who is honest. So
it's because it changes.
it's only a thin line that, you know, differentiate the two. When you say children should not be exposed to money because they will be troublesome when they grow up, it means you are looking at the expenditure part of it. The income part of it you have, you know, hidden from them.